I can't stop dying of laughter. I just had such an awkward encounter. Basically, I was at a store called Pack and Save, which is like Woolies for New Zealand. I needed to go in and out quickly, so I just asked a worker where the toilet paper was. He showed me to the toilet paper aisle, and I quickly grabbed whatever was cheapest. Was facing my back to him when I said, "Oh my God, thank you, I love you so much." I turned around to see his horrified expression. I was like, wait, what's that face for? So I just assumed I shat myself and asked him if there was a shit stain on my pants. Keep in mind, I was rushing because my stomach was about to explode, so I fully thought he saw an inkling of a tookie stain on my rear. That's when his face curled up even more and he had that WTF look on his face. Then he said, "No you don't," and I don't get told I'm loved often at work, so it caught me off guard, sorry. Then I realized I told him I love him out of habit and also indirectly told him I was on the verge of shitting myself. Just said, "How? Oh my God, I said that. Sorry, I don't actually love you," ran off to pay for my toilet paper, then quickly fucked off home to take my shit. Anyways, use this as a lesson to think before you speak and to remember that not everyone throws around the word love so casually like me.
I hate having strict parents. Like, do I have to ask permission for every app? I can't even have Blockblast, and she says shit like,
It's so you focus on school. That's your job.
Nitrogen monoxide, it's not. I get good grades, but my mother acts like.
I'm gonna go get pregnant and drunk on the street.
It's literally not fair. I'm a wonderful child, and it's not my fault that she decided to have a child when she isn't ready emotionally or financially. It's so tiring. I just want to live a good life, but she won't let me experience anything. I get below an 85.
Grounded.
I use the wrong tone.
Screen that.
It's so annoying. I literally just asked you to get out of my room cause you're throwing my stuff away. How is that rudesome? I feel so trapped sometimes.
When will people understand that posting a glow up doesn't consist of posting a picture of you recently out of the birthing hole, and then a picture of you now?
That's not a glow up.
That's a grow up, you silly goopy gobbler.
Because why do they all look like this? Like, okay, King, you grew up, good for you. News flash.
Kumbaya, we all did.
Yes, your parents did the duty doodle do, and you grew up. Over time. Thanks for the reminder. Now, if you put a picture of you when you were hard to look at some point, that's okay because we've all been hard to look at some point. And then a picture of you like the batty badass you are now, and will always be. I'll support, promote, lick my screen, screen record, screenshot. Show it to my friends' mom, dad, uncle, grandma, deceased great-grandpa, all of the above. But please just stop posting pictures of you as a sperm. We were all there at some point. I don't think there's such thing as an ugly sperm buddy.
Anyways, that's it, bye.
Hey guys, so I don't know what to do. But I got scared for my knee and if the point flags out, it's because I'm crying and I don't know what to do. Cause I got scared. I just wanna cry.
Also, guys, this was on my alt account, so I'm just devastated. I'll make a PT2 if I get me pets back, but I doubt it.
Guys, I'm actually gonna cry right now because today my friend's boyfriend broke up with her because he likes his character AI Cha more than her. And I know I'm gonna sound mean for thinking this is funny, but I can't, I'm sorry. Because I was talking to her in the hallways, and he went up to her and he was like, "Hey, we need to talk." And me being the nosy bitch, I stayed. And he told her that he doesn't think it's gonna work out, and he met this other girl named Melody. So she asks him, like, who the fuck is Melody? Because no fucking Melody goes to our school. And he says, "Oh, it's on this app." And she was like, "Oh, Snapchat, what?" And he wasn't like, no, character AI. And I was about to die, because what the fuck? Character AI, Ethan?
I hate people who pretend to be dumb. Like, no, there is no way in hell that you don't know 5 plus 5. Oh, I didn't know that. And then you're talking about something as simple as breathing. You could ask them, is the sky blue? And they'd say, no, it's yellow. You're not fucking funny. Don't care how hard you try. Just shut up. And it's always the same motherfuckers who pretend to be slow as fuck. It isn't a possibility to take hours and hours to debate the answer to 2 plus 4. And they always have some lame excuse like, I have a bad attention span, or someone kept talking to me during class, so now I don't understand this and this subject. Just because Georgie kept talking to you during math class doesn't mean you can't know something as simple as 8 plus 1. You're not making me laugh, you're just pissing me off. You could be funny in so many ways, and you choose to be funny in the most unfunny way known to mankind, and that is pretending to know nothing but your name and age. And these people are also the people who view themselves as a comedian. If you were a comedian, maybe you'd make me laugh. But instead of that, you're making me debate on whether to just shove a fucking knife down your throat so you finally shut up. No, you're not special. You're not making anybody laugh. Not even your grandma would laugh about your shitty, the earth is round jokes. These people make me feel smart. You aren't fucking funny. Wind Archer is my go-down. I want to date a nerd, and then they're talking about some lame TikTok version that only builds Legos and likes Mario. Like, no, you don't. You just like the aesthetic TikTok nerds or whatever. And some of y'all really don't give a fuck because you only want the tall, skinny nerds. It's always the people who run off when they see a nerd whose BMI isn't fucking 9 and who's not 6'2". A real nerd is someone who docks you just because you said, this Pokemon is better than this Pokemon. Real nerds are absolute geeks. Argue with the wall that's not even there. But he reads books. Okay? Doesn't make him a nerd. I mean, it's nerdy, but not a certified nerd thing. As a nerd myself, nerds are people who are utterly obsessed with their interests to a point where it consumes their daily life. Or maybe I'm just autistic. But my autism isn't the main point here. Anywho, no, you don't want to date a real nerd. You only like the posers. Posers are the peak of manipulators. Wind Archer is my go-down.
Why the fuck are my parents so freaky? Good. Like Miss Girl, it is 6 a.m. Why can I hear you and your boyfriend moaning?
It's also basically every fucking day.
I wake up and hear.
Hey, sweetness.
Oh!
It got so bad I had to tell my therapist.
This cunt snitched and told my mom her son was losing sleep because they were shaking booty at 6 a.m.
Every day.
And guess what my mom said when she found out I was hearing them?
This is a safe sex household. Bitch, excuse me!
I don't need my alarm to be your boyfriend finishing. Thank you very much.
Guys, does love even exist anymore? Like, do people love each other, or is it just a trend now? Because, tell me why the other day, I saw this video talking about micro-cheating. What the fuck is that? Micro-cheating? I've never heard of that shit in my life. Like, I'm not just gonna sit here and slander it. Like, okay, some of the stuff that makes sense, like still talking to your ex and all that. But, guys, these are just basic boundaries you can fix, like, in 5 minutes if you just sit down and talk to your partner. You guys make this shit so complicated for no reason. If you guys just sat down and had a good talk with your partner, micro-cheating wouldn't be a fucking thing. Like, please trust me when I tell you that just sitting down, communicating, and setting down boundaries, that will take you a long way. It's just that some of you guys are either in an unhealthy-ass relationship you refuse to leave, or you just don't believe in that shit, and I don't know why. This is why all your relationships turn out like shit. And this is for, like, the relationships that are relatively easy to leave. Like, if there's something, like, generally major that's keeping you from leaving your partner, like a threat, yeah, this advice isn't for you. You're gonna need, like, cop's help or something, because, yeah, don't take this advice. If your partner's, like, abusive, yeah, get help from the cops. Don't get help from a TikTok creator, please. Like, one time I had this one friend and he broke up with his ex. And I asked him why, what happened? And he was like, it's because we argue all the time. Yeah, like I said, if you just sit down and talk through it, it'll be okay, you know? Unless both of you are toxic, usually if one partner is understanding, it works out. Like, if you just have the patience and you don't sound like an idiot on what you're saying, and you'll be fine. Like, for example, my girlfriend, she's diagnosed with, like, being bipolar, right? So she can't help the stuff that she says. I know that. Like, some of the stuff that she says is pretty mean. I can't lie to you. But she can't help it. That's an issue of hers that she can't really help. And me, as the boyfriend, I'm supposed to understand that. That's why, even though it's really exhausting when she's mad at me, if you just have a little bit of patience, trust me when I tell you, it can go a long way, trust me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys are way too worried about what motherfuckers on TikTok are saying all the time, about some 3-month rule, fucking orange peel test, fucking micro-cheating, this 4-month test, if he doesn't do this in 4 days, and he hates my pet dog and he's gonna hit it with a car. Guys, doesn't that shit exist? Look at your mom and dad, do they? Unless your mom and dad don't have a good relationship. But if your parents have a good relationship, look at them. Do you think they did any of that shit? I mean, let's be serious. Come on, guys. You guys are way too worried about what motherfuckers on TikTok are saying. to actually like go into the real world and realize, hey, this isn't an issue as long as I do this, because it isn't. Also, this is more for like the girls out there. You guys have got to stop going after bare minimum. I saw this video of a girl. It was just like a live photo video, and then she was like, when he's tell me if I'm making you uncomfortable, boy, instead of just for a little bit. Guys, that's bare minimum. Let's be real for a moment. That's bare fucking minimum. That's what he's supposed to do. Bare minimum, right? I mean, the bare minimum back then, I mean, motherfuckers would like put pictures of their wives on the pistols that they found at wars. Guys, I'm telling you, this is bare minimum. Ladies, stop falling for the fucking bare minimum all the time, okay?
It's so fucking embarrassing when you use friend group A humor on friend group B. Like, I swear on LeBron James it was a mistake. I didn't mean to call you kitten when you said goodnight to me or whatever, or that one time you paid for my food and I called you a good boy. This may sound mean, but I honestly hate people that are morbidly obese and are still rude. Like, nobody told you to become a big fat jiggle belly pop warrior and cause world hunger. If you become obese because of like a health issue, that's different, but like, if you are a calorie connoisseur, there is no need to be pressed, please. Because why one day, I'm walking through the mall, and I need to walk past a lady, but she's like the biggest of both worlds and all the planets included. And I'm trying to walk, so I say, excuse me, this big-ass bouncy castle. Looking odd, decided to side-eye me and my friend. So I'm like, fuck no, not today, ho. I ain't got time for your silly bullshit. And I have to push my way past this. Cannonball woman BC, she's taking up the whole walkway. Then she got all offended BC, I brushed against her. Like, bitch, nobody told her to become a human yoga ball and take up the entrance. Anyways, I had to get security on her ass because she was screaming at me and literally grabbing my arm.
I genuinely hate geriatric ass teachers because what do you mean you've taught for this long and you still don't know how to control a fucking classroom? Like, today I had a sub and tell me why he was sitting on his phone for the first 10 minutes of class and then one of my friends just got up and walked out and he did nothing! I have never seen an old man so fucking locked in on Facebook. It was so insane to me. Like, he was so locked in. He went in the middle of he was giggling on his phone. Bro, I was dying. And then we were just like throwing shoes around, like jokingly, and he was like, stop! But he didn't realize we were doing it until like 5 minutes after, so people were just like throwing around their shoes and he was just on his phone, locked in. Like, when I literally walked up to his desk to use the bathroom and I said, can I? And he cut me off. He literally was like, excuse me, what are you doing up this desk? And I was like, oh, I just need to use the bathroom. This motherfucker went silent, and I just stood there for like 3 minutes in complete silence! And then he made us like read this Anne Frank like play, and then he was like, are you guys done? And we were like, yeah. He was like, all right, go on gym kit or whatever it's called and practice for the test. And first of all, what the hell is gym kit? I don't think I've ever seen a worse sub. Like, it was so funny, because we were just like giggling and laughing the whole time, because everyone knew what the test was about. We had been studying it for like weeks, so like we don't need a study guide. And when we were laughing, he was like, all right, can we stop the giggling? Okay, bitch, you have FOMO. That's why you're a substitute teacher. Get out of my face. No hate though, because substitute teachers don't get enough credit. But if you're like him and you just sit on your phone the whole time, you don't deserve credit. I'm sorry. Like, he was actually like 80 years old, and so he clearly just really did not want to be there. And then for the rest of this class, 30 minutes, he was on Facebook. Lil bro was giggling so hard. He was literally the giggle shitter. I have never heard someone laugh that hard. And it was so bad. There were like 7 people out in the bathroom at once. Like, there was like not even that many kids in my class. There's like 12. And the majority of the class would just leave, go to the bathroom. He'd like someone would ask to go to the bathroom. He would like look around the room and go, yeah. There's 2 students left. Why are you saying yes? And then when class was like finally over, they were playing Jingle Bells because for some reason my bell has been Jingle Bells. He was like, turn it off. Why have they been playing this all day? Okay, Grinch. Oh my God. Ebenezer Scrooge has like, if you hate Christmas, just say that, Swain. No, but he's actually keeping in a bunch of people from going to the gym tomorrow because he was so fucking mad that people were having fun. Like, this is our little giggly class. Like, my actual teacher's like the coolest girl on planet Earth. You're mad you could never be her. Like, oh my fucking God. And it was so funny to me too because he was like getting mad. He was like, stop! We were just laughing, Twin. Oh my God. No, but that's literally it. I just wanted to rant about my stupid ass fucking sub today. If my sub is seeing this, I hope you never become a fucking substitute ever again. You suck.
Is it just me or like, did everybody kind of... Oh.
I'm sorry, but why don't all boys shave? Like I was about to get it on with this fine ass boy, and he whips out the forest from Tarzan. Like I'm all about body positivity. But bro, it was ridiculous. Like they had their own curl pattern and family. Like I'm pretty sure they were long enough to get lice. Don't get me wrong, that D was fire. But the whole time I was shitting myself worried I was about to see lice crawl out. I'm not even joking, I told him he needed to shave after, and he said he would, but next time I linked up with him, bro whipped out a full head of hair. I thought he was about to start shaking them like dreads or some shit, but I still hit that cause like I said.
That D was fire.
Am I the only one that hates when like people ask the most stupidest questions like ever? So basically, my hair is done right. For context, literally the week before I had black hair, and then I came to school with like, you know, the brown, blonde, and pink braids, like the ice cream, those, right? So I walk into school, right? Mind you, I posted a video on my TikTok with me with the pink braid thingy, and she saw it and she commented on it. So we're in school, right? She's talking to me. She's like, she goes like, wait, did you get your hair done? Bitch, is the sky blue? Did old McDonald have a farm? Do cows moo? Like, are you like, what? Like, what?
You know what grinds my fucking gears? Every single time I see a video of a convenient, attractive person on my For You page, there's always some person in the comments that's like, walla what? Mulla muh? Whether it's a man or girl, I don't give a fuck. That's just annoying as hell. Is this walla what? Is this mulla muh? Do your parents fucking love you? Okay, yeah, you have your fucking answer. And before you guys start coming at my neck and pelting me with fucking rocks, I have no problem with gay people whatsoever. And I'm sorry to all the cool gay people. I don't even know why I say cool. I'm sorry to all the gay people out there, because these fuckers make you guys look bad. Generally, gay people are the nicest motherfuckers you can meet, and then you have weirdos like these guys. Then every single time one of them is like, no, sorry. They're like, another loss for men. Another loss for women. Your ugly ass wasn't gonna get with them anyways. What the fuck? Stop speaking for a whole community just because you're ugly as shit, man. And I'm not gonna lie, the only people that I see commenting these are like, one, they either have a problematic ass character as their fucking profile picture. Two, they're probably into some weird shit. And three, you're fucking weird, okay? Because I don't see any like, I don't know. Do you guys do this? Like, damn it, I don't understand, you know? Like, I saw some guy, typing mulla muh under a fucking comment section, and his profile picture was Jimmy from mouthwashing. Jimmy from mouthwashing literally essayed someone. So, yeah, you're kind of fucking weird, man. Also, I've seen some pro shippers also be commenting that shit. Guys, can we stop making people uncomfortable? Like, okay, if someone says walla wa or mulla muh on your fucking poster, you're like, yes, okay, that's perfectly fine. But if you're not, like, can we stop forcing this onto people and just let them live their lives? Like, I feel like we have to accept that just because that person has a dick, that doesn't mean that they like taking dick. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? And I know I can't be the only motherfucker on this planet that's like, you know, a little weirded out by this. Is there anyone else out here, or am I just getting mad for no reason? Like, if I was a conveniently attractive person that didn't like dudes, and a dude commenting on a video asking me, what am I? Even though I wasn't. Actually, no, not even a dude. If so many people are asking you that, would you not feel like a little uncomfortable? Like, just put it through that lens. Like, I don't know. I'd feel pretty uncomfortable myself. I'd be a little weirded out. I'd be, what the fuck? You know? So, it's gotten to the point where I think this is generally a fetish among some people. And I'll give you an example why, okay? So, my friend had invited me to a Discord server once, and he was like, dude, you should join. I was like, I don't want to fucking join. And he was like, dude, please. I joined it. Everyone figured out I was a guy. And then some chick in there was like, you're a guy? And I was like, yeah. It's like, are you gay? And I was like, no. She's like, why aren't you gay? I don't know. Maybe just because I don't like dudes. Is this a fetish? I feel like this is a fetish for some of you guys. Yeah, well, anyways, I'll be making my video in this form now because CapCut is down for me, and I don't know if it'll ever come back. So, unless it does come back for the time being, you guys are going to have to hear my normal voice. So, yeah, that's awesome, I guess.
Tell me why kids these days aren't children anymore, because when I was in grade 12, I was studying in this little shop, drinking my little drink, studying for my biology exam, when these girls come in, which, you know, that's fine, and they're being loud and fun, and I'm thinking, oh man, like, that's great. I'm glad these girls are getting along. And I'm thinking they must be in maybe 8th or 9th grade, because that's what they look like. I mean, they're not super tall, but I'm thinking, you know, they have to be at least 8th grade. And these girls are giggling and having fun, and then I hear them start talking about things that I wouldn't expect 8th graders to talk about. Like, they start talking about, like, corn. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, wow, what are 8th graders into nowadays? And it must have been making a face at them, because one of them's like, oh, guys, look, she's looking over. And I was like, oh, shoot, like, oh gosh, I'm making a face again, because I'm very expressive with my face. And then they don't stop talking about it, and they just keep going. I'm like, okay, just ignore it. And I put my earbuds in, and then a few minutes later, all 3 of them walk up to me, and I'm like, oh no, like, what now? And they start talking to me, and they're like, what grade are you in? What are you studying for? La la la. And they start like touching my stuff, and I'm just like thinking, what's going? And then one of them is like, can I sign your binder? And I didn't really answer. And so they just start signing my binder, putting their Snapchat IDs on there. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, like, what's going on? And I was like, okay, you know what, whatever. And I was like, what grade are you guys in? Thinking maybe 8 or 9. And they go, oh, we're in grade 6. What? No, you have a full face of makeup on and you're dressed like, no, I don't, no. Well, no, you're not. I refuse to believe that anyway. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And they're like, yeah. And they're asking me all this advice. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I have this conversation with these girls, you know, whatever. And then one of them, they go back to sit down. I'm like, okay, now I can focus on my studying, right? Because I'm there to study, right? I'm not there to just like chit chat with these 6th graders. And then they come over and they're like, can we show you something? And I was like, sure. And so one of them pulled out their phone, and they pull out this like Roblox thing. And mind you, I've never played Roblox. I don't really know how it works, or was it Roblox or was it Fortnite? I don't know. It was one of something. I think it was Roblox, but it was like Roblox, not child-friendly stuff. It was something like that. I don't know what it was, but it was terrifying. And they're just like standing there giggling while showing me this like explicit animation. And you know, when I was in 8th grade, I was pretty innocent, and I talked about boys, but it was like, oh, he's so cute, la la la, like nothing crazy. And they're over here talking about how one of them got railed by Brody the other night, and I'm astonished. I really am. I'm scared. This next generation, they terrify me. They truly, truly terrify me.